Crypto fam, how's it going? Holla at your boy in the live chat. In today's show, Bitcoin price tumbles to a 10-day low as the notorious BID keeps support at $22,500. Also in today's show, Whale sells over 1,000 NFTs in 48 hours in what is the largest NFT dump ever. That's right. We'll also be discussing FDIC-insured Citizens Trust Bank to hold $65 million in USDC reserves. Also in today's show, Analyst names must-hold level for Bitcoin bulls as the crypto market continues to drop. We'll also be discussing a crypto trader says Bitcoin set to rally in the medium term, but there is a catch. We'll also be discussing a strategist at $1.3 billion digital asset fund predicting the next crypto bull market will be record-breaking. Check it. The most asymmetric upside ever, Bitcoin market cap, $447 billion. 20% of the coins are lost forever. Global wealth at $900 trillion. If Bitcoin captures just 1% of the global wealth, the price of one Bitcoin will be $535,000. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone tuning in. Today's episode is brought to you by Binance. Do you know they offer zero fees with the top trading pairs including Bitcoin and Ethereum, truly making it a no-brainer. And I do have a special partnership link where you could take advantage of up to $600 in bonuses for using my referral link in the description below. That's specific for Binance global users. If you're a United States user such as I am, there's a different offer where if you trade $100, you can get $10 for free. So go ahead and take advantage of it today. And let's get this crypto, shall we? And welcome to everyone just tuning in. This is pod episode number 1204. I'm your host, JV. Today is February 25th, 2023. Checking out the market. Let's check it out here. You can see Coin 360, which should be on your screen. You can see Bitcoin pulling back, maintaining just above 23,000, down 1.5% for the day. We have Ether down 0.3%, now trading just under $1,600. And most of the alts are currently correcting also and in the red. Checking out coinmarketcap.com, we can see the crypto market cap still maintaining above the $1 trillion milestone with about 46 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Current Bitcoin dominance, 42.1%. Ether dominance, 18.5%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, we have SSV up 10%, trading at $40, followed by Flow up 3%, trading at $1.21, followed by IOTA up up only 1%, trading at 26 cents because most of the major cryptos are correcting and in the red, as we can see here. Checking out crypto bubbles, you can see the majority of the alts are in losses now for the week. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 52 neutral. Yesterday, a 53. Last week, a 60 in greed. And last month, a 54 in neutral as well. So there you have it. And now let's dive right into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and check out what's happening. Bitcoin threatened to ditch 23 Gs as support on February 25th as the ongoing price correction strengthened into the weekend. And here you're checking out the Bitcoin one-day candle chart. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin attempting to make a decision on the fate of 23,000 mark on the day. Bitcoin had almost 1,000 on February 24th and then the week in a limp position alongside the United States equities while the dollar gained. And with out-of-hours trading now in place until Monday, chances for thinner liquidity to spark more pronounced moves have heightened. Analyzing the state of the Binance order book, monitoring resource material indicators confirmed the continued existence of a major line of bid support informally known as the notorious BID and the Great Wall. Shout out to the real notorious BIG. Rest in peace. Now, previously higher up, the owners of the liquidity had moved it lower during the week, quoting material indicators, if the notorious BID wall at 22,250 holds, I expect it to be a part of the weekend whale games. I would not be trying to catch knives, he said. Expect Bitcoin to retest the lows or potentially move to a price discovery before a legit bull market breakout. Let's go. And during the upcoming weekly close, trader Rec Capital delineated 23.3 as important to hold to protect the bull's interests. Quoting him here, weekly retest of the confluent area that the lower high and the monthly range high resistance is now in progress. Price needs to hold here for a retest to be successful. However, the weekly close below this area would be a bearish sign. So there you have it. Now, quoting Another analyst here, a failed weekly retest at 23.4 support would mean the price remains inside the monthly macro range. Let's see how the monthly closes. 1 million close above 23.4, likely range breakout. 1 million close below, and Bitcoin stays in the range, could dip lower in the range. And this is according to Rec Capital. Now, others show signs of frustration. The Bitcoin was unable to crack 25 and reckon with more substantial long-term resistance levels above it. Quoting Crypto Chase, pretty amazing that we couldn't just get an exit pump above 25,000 for god tier short entry. Everyone bullish and euphoric, and price just dumps off most obvious resistance. Such a shame. Maybe still get it later on. I don't know. Crypto just don't trade like it used to be honest. Now quoting Crypto Chase here, gonna want to see 22.7 hold if a real push above 25 for liquidity is still on the cards. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Crypto Chase. And now, as pointed out here, Bitcoin mining became 10% more difficult last night. Pretty interesting to point out. How many of you are currently bullish on the King Crypto? Holla at your boy in the live chat. And how many of you think a correction will continue and we could potentially test sub 20,000 for still being in the cards? Let me know your thoughts. And with that being shared, now let's discuss what is being called the biggest NFT dump in history. That's right. Let's break it down. As you can see, according to data from Nansen, NFT whale Jeffrey Huang, known as Machi Big Brother, dumped 1,010 tokens for 11,680 Ether, valued at $18.6 million in the space of 48 hours. That's right. In a February 25th Twitter thread, his simian psychometric enhancement technician, Andrew Thurman, and whatever the world title that means, highlighted the trading activity over the previous 2 days and noticed it's likely the largest NFT dump ever. The major selling event included 90 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, 191 Mutant Ape Yacht Clubs and NFTs, and 308 other deed NFTs, to name a few. It's what's likely the largest NFT dump ever. In the past 48 hours, he sold 1,010 NFTs, as I just pointed out. However, Machi's big brother promptly bought back 991 NFTs. So something shady definitely going on, with Thurman theorizing it could be a play to either book some profits while conducting one big wash trade to generate huge Blur airdrop profits, or a pretty naked market manipulation. How do you think that is? Machi is reportedly one of the biggest receivers of the Blur token airdrop from upstart NFT marketplace Blur, which recently ousted OpenSea from being a top-ranked NFT platform in trading volume. Now we know why. February 14th, the project started dishing out its first round of airdrops to the community, with the airdrop of airdrop tokens depending upon the user's level of platform engagement and Ethereum-based NFT trading activity. Then February 17th, a blockchain analytics platform, Arkham Intel, indicated that Machi received 1.8 million Blur, cashing it out for $1.3 million. And as such, Machi could score some fresh Blur tokens in the next round by ramping up the NFT activity trading, while other whales may be looking to do the same. And looking at the floor prices of top collections that Machi initially dumped, the Bored Ape Yacht Club and others have seen their prices drop 7%, 9%, 8% in the past 24 hours, according to data from the NFT price floor. Quoting them here, one man's quest for an airdrop is wrecking some markets, Thurman noted in a subsequent post. So do you think this is nothing more than market manipulation to take advantage of the system? Let me know. And on February 22nd, Blur team tweeted that the project will soon airdrop 300 million worth of tokens in its second round. So there you have it. How many of you are pretty bullish on NFTs in general? And what are your thoughts regarding the ordinals, which are the NFTs which have been released on the Bitcoin blockchain? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. And at the end of the show, I'll be reading all that out loud during the live Q&A. And with that being shared, now let's discuss USDC reserves with FDIC-insured Citizens Trust Bank, shall we? Citizens Trust Bank, a financial institution regulated by the FDIC, has partnered with Circle Internet Financial to hold some of its reserves in USD coin, a move the company said would promote financial inclusion and digital literacy in the greater Atlanta area. February 24th, Circle announced the Atlanta-based Citizens Trust Bank would hold $65 million in USD reserves as part of a broader collaboration between the two companies. The bank's USDC reserves will provide small businesses with access to capital and be used for other financial inclusion initiatives. Citizens Trust President and CEO Cynthia Day said holding USDC would also improve the bank's balance sheet. Now, Citizens Trust Bank is classified as a minority-owned depository institution by the FDIC, meaning that a majority of its voting stock or board of directors are minority individuals. The bank joined the Fed system back in 1947. The bank increased its deposits by $220 million in 2020 and 2021, and in 2021, the last year for which there is publicly available info, Citizens funded $157 million worth of commercial, consumer, and residential mortgage loans. Now, Citizens Trust isn't the only U.S. financial institution to hold USDC reserves. As reported, the Bank of Mellon, Customers Bank, New York Community Bank, Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank also hold USDC on their balance sheets. Pretty interesting. Now, stablecoin settlements have grown in lockstep with the decentralized finance boom of the last 2 years, with more users relying on dollar peg assets to maintain collateral, trade crypto, and earn yield. However, stablecoin usage for payments remains minimal due to regulatory barriers. So there you have it. And the question comes down to, which stablecoin during these times do you trust the most? Obviously, USDC is getting the most support from the Fed, so that's their stablecoin of choice. Not my stablecoin of choice, but just saying. We also have Tether USDT. We also have the stablecoin on the Ethereum blockchain, I believe called DAI, and there's many others out there as well. There's BUSD, which during these times would be challenging, considering that it seems to be that they are targeted by the SEC in recent investigations, but I'll be keeping you posted with the latest of what's happening with the stables. And with that being shared, now let's discuss Bitcoin's crucial level to hold, which lo and behold is the exact level we're at right now at $23,000. Go figure. Let's break this down. Widely followed crypto analyst is highlighting a price level for Bitcoin bulls that must hold for the crypto markets to bounce. Now, with Bitcoin trading at 24,000, analyst Justin Bennett tells his 100,000 Twitter followers Bitcoin must hold 23 G's, quoting him here alongside this chart. If Bitcoin is going to bounce, it has to do it soon. 23,000 is a must-hold level for the bulls. Now, the trader also breaks down the U.S. dollar currency index known as DXY, which is a measure of the strength of the U.S. dollar against a basket of assets, and in this case, digital assets. Generally speaking, a stronger DXY means weaker assets and vice versa. And according to Bennett, the DXY is currently testing a new, higher level. Quoting him again here, there's still a lot of indecision out there, but the DXY just tested 105 resistance. That's the weekly pivot I mentioned yesterday, and there's a daily pivot at 105.6, which you can see on the screen. He says, let's see. Looking at traditional stock index and the S&P, Bennett says it is no surprise the DXY is testing a higher level as the SPX approaches a confluence of support. As he shares here, no surprise that it is occurring as the SPX approaches 3930 confluence of support, betting that the next big move from risk assets hinges on this area. And Bennett further explains how the next big move for risk assets hinges on the SPX in a follow-up, quoting him again, it is a simple over-under scenario. Over and we're good. Under on the higher time frames, we're not so good. Don't assume you know what will happen here. Blind assumptions are what get people wrecked. Touche. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. And with that being shared, now let's discuss a mid-term rally, which can send Bitcoin price above $30,000. Shall we? Check it out. Anonymous analyst, altcoin Sherpa, tells his 200,000 Twitter followers a burst to the upside is in the cards for Bitcoin, but first he predicts a dip for the king crypto. Quoting him here, Bitcoin, my area of interest is 21,500, right near the 200-day exponential moving average, and getting more into the high volume node area, price can still retrace 15% in these conditions and still move higher overall. I still believe we are going to $30,000 eventually in the midterm. Let me know if you agree or disagree with his 30,000 midterm projection. Now the HVNs are price areas where relatively large amounts of trading volume took place, suggesting periods of consolidation that either act as support or resistance. Now, should Bitcoin follow altcoin Sherpa script, the king crypto could decline to 21.5 price level first before recovering and rallying to 30,000, suggesting an upside potential of nearly 40% for Bitcoin. Meanwhile, another analyst is warning that many traders are currently getting chopped up in these crypto markets. Anonymous trader, altcoin Psycho, tells his 500,000 Twitter followers that the profits were too easy to come by in January with the crypto market rallies, but February brought unclear market conditions. Quoting him here, after almost a full month, Bitcoin is still at the same level as the February monthly open. Late bears and bulls alike have been punished by the chop. That's right. Now, let me know if you agree with that midterm 30,000 price target, which takes us to our next story of the day. We're going to be discussing a couple of things, including a $535,000 Bitcoin price prediction before we dive into the live Q&A. So now let's dump in, as well as Strategist at $1.3 billion digital asset fund predicting the next crypto bull market will be record-breaking. The chief investment officer of crypto fund Bitwise Asset Management, Matt Hougan, is expressing optimism about the digital asset markets over the next few years. In a new interview on the Wolf of Wall Street's, Hougan says he is especially bullish on the next 3 years. According to Hougan, the next bull cycle for the crypto markets will be unprecedented. And I agree with him. Quoting him here, this bull market cycle, this 4-year cycle, is going to be the biggest cycle yet in terms of user adoption, in terms of aggregate market cap increase, and in terms of almost all of the things that we actually care about. It is not going to be perfectly up and to the right. Of course, there'll be bumps. We'll also talk about regulation. I'm actually pretty bullish on regulation, but you can see what's happening and you can feel it if you're in the developer community. The level of excitement is higher than it's ever been in my experience of the crypto market. And that's why we're up 50% this year. And that's why I think we'll close higher by the end of the year. And I think 2024 and 2025 are going to be even better. And according to Bitwise Asset Management CIO, every crypto cycle is driven by technological breakthrough, and the upcoming one will be no exception. Quoting him again here, those cycles happen for a reason. There is a major technological breakthrough that drives a new bull market. The reason I'm so excited is because I know what the technological breakthrough is that's going to drive this next bull market, and it is bigger than NFTs and DeFi and stablecoins, and I would argue bigger from a real-world application than even the first start of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very bold prediction, and he continues, and what it is scalability. It is the layer 2 epoch. If you look at crypto, people have always wondered, when is it going to go mainstream? It couldn't until I think this year. And if you think about how it tried to go mainstream in 2020, it broke, right? The cost of a transaction on Ethereum hit $200. You can't go mainstream if it costs $200 to do a transaction. But if you look at the pace of progress in blockchain technology, the fee to do a transaction has gone down from like $3 to $1.50. It is maybe 12 cents now. And by the end of this year, the Ethereum improvement proposal, 4844 on Ethereum, is going to be a fraction of a penny. And the things you can do when it's effectively free to use a blockchain are so interesting and so exciting. It allows you to get into the mainstream, use it in such a major way that I think it's a 3-year cycle where crypto actually penetrates the mainstream. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And to watch this video he did entitled Crypto is Entering the Next Bull Cycle, here's why. Check the show notes below the video and in the description. With that being shared, now let's discuss this 535,000 Bitcoin price prediction really quick. Let's get it, shall we? Here we go. Checking out this tweet recently from Bitcoin for Freedom, the most asymmetric upside ever. Bitcoin market cap, $447 billion. 20% of the coins are lost forever. Global wealth at $900 trillion. If Bitcoin captures just 1% of the global wealth, the price of one single Bitcoin will be $535,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this bullish price prediction. With that being shared, I also want to bring up some other very bullish price predictions as well. We still have Credible Crypto calling for 150,000 price action before the end of this year, where we have Tim Draper still bullish that Bitcoin will hit 250,000 price action this year. You know, Max Kaiser is always bullish. He's been calling for 220,000 for quite some time, and he is still optimistic of hitting a new all-time high this year, and the list goes on and on and on. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to be before the end of this year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below, which takes us to the live Q&A. Let's check it out. Appreciate everyone here today in the live chat for joining us. You guys are awesome. Digital Dankness, Steve Kingston, Nathan Roth in the building, Paul, Johan, welcome. Digital Dankness, always a pleasure. SpongeBob, what's good, brother? Shankin' back. Good morning. JV and the gang, good morning. Good to see you as well. Welcome. Good morning. Catch the news about Montana. Yeah, Montana Senate voted for a favor of bill protecting the Bitcoin miners. So shout out to Montana. Excellent news, and shout out to all the Bitcoin miners out there. Had to work yesterday. Behind a bit. All good, Steve. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Montana, Wyoming, and Texas and many other states are saying F you to the feds. Touche, SpongeBob. Gotta love it. Save the crypto. Hashtag from digital dankness. Many countries saying FU to the IMF. Amen, because they're following in the footsteps of Nayib Bukele saying FU to that IMF. We don't want your dirty money. You know what I mean? And now they are debt-free because they paid off that debt from the IMF, which was roughly like $800 million. So they can't say nothing at this point, but they will. They'll continue to FUD, which is what they do best, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Putting the fear of God in people's hearts. You know what I mean? Same the way the regulators do. I wish I had an answer to the DXY is going to shift. I think the only way it is going to plummet is if we end up in the foreign conflicts. But beyond that, I have little to no information on dirty fiat. It seems we're always going to be involved in foreign conflicts. Even though there's a million problems in the United States, where are we focusing all our attention? On the Ukraine. You know what I mean? It's insanity. I'm a less government is a better guy. I feel the same way. We need less government, less overreach of the government, because it seems they're the ones who are causing all the chaos in this world. You know what I mean? It appears that China and other countries may start shifting their fiat markets away from the USA. It is complicated and confusing, that it is. I am less government gut too, but just got to watch those sneaky mofos. Touche. They are in it for themselves. True. It would be a kick in the teeth in foreign governments if they stop using the mighty dollar as a king. If they do that, great. It gives room for Bitcoin to take over the world. Remind me of an episode of Pinky and the Brain. You know what we're going to do today, Brain or Pinky? We're going to take over the world. Every day, that's their thoughts. I'm not against ETH growing, but maybe it could grow. But you're right, it is probably in bed with the government, and that is a shame if they are. I'm pretty confident they are, because the Ethereum Foundation is in cahoots with the government and the World Economic Forum. That's not even a question, that's a fact. Good morning. That's why I have less and less trust in Ethereum compared to what I did before. Bitcoin, I feel, is the only crypto with the green light from the SEC, considered a commodity, where Ethereum could be considered a security, if you think about it, since they switched from proof of work to proof of stake. And Gensler has even brought that up before. So trust nobody, verify everything, hence Bitcoin, you know? Somewhat agree with Crypto Chase. Word up. Steve says it could be stepping down a few more times than many think, just following my system, waiting for the turn up. Never pre-call a bottom number. It just messes with your head. You make a great point. Be greedy and unemotional and zen-like, says Steve Kingston. Good morning. Good morning. I'm mentally damaged from swing trades. Yikes. Yeah, that's why I don't swing trade, fam. I'm just a hodler. Paul says 30,000. Let's freaking go. Send it. I would love to rally to 30,000. Just as happy with 18 short term. Either way, just want it to move. Let's get it. Been in along for a while. Another pump would be awesome. That's what's up, Nathan. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Too many entering a bull market calls to be entering a bull market. Just stack sats. If the price goes down, buy more for less. Dan Drummond makes an excellent point. Appreciate you sharing, fam. Yeah, 535,000. Send it. Let's freaking go. Let's get it. Love to hear that, Steve. That's what I'm talking about. Willis, give me a chubby at a thought. Hilarious. Faux show. Now, in my opinion, is the last healthy correction before we enter the next bull market cycle for the Bitcoin halving. Done with the altcoins. Happy to enter the Bitcoin era. Let's go. Says Shazabi Khan. Word up. Let's go Bitcoin. SpongeBob, after watching JV every morning, watch Simply Bitcoin. They had a hilarious video 7 days ago, slapping Brian Armstrong and the others in the video. Sounds hilarious. Let's keep building a solid base. Get it prime for the bulls. Let's go. Let's get it. Yup, it's going to take time, says Paul. Dan says, Sponge responded to Dan saying, preach. We'll go back to 15. The new bull run, says F1. How many of you are in agreement that we can still see a lower low for this cycle? As F1 pointed out, let me know. We're headed towards 16,000, says AB2003. Jeff, good morning to you as well. Tough Cookie, good morning to you as well. It's good to see y'all. Appreciate everyone for tuning in on a Friday afternoon. One thing is for sure, that whatever the majority of the market tends to believe, typically the opposite occurs. So if everyone starts calling for a new lower low, we're probably going to go above 30,000 here in the short term. is my projection. Now, vice versa, if everyone turns and flips bullish once again, we'll probably drop and revisit lower levels where you can get a chance to stack sats at a lower level. It's just the nature of psychology in the market. People tend to follow the crowd. It's crowd psychology. That's why when Bitcoin was at an all-time high, roughly 70 G's, people were lined up. I bet you your family members were calling you, reaching out to you. How can I buy Bitcoin? How can I buy Bitcoin? I want to get in. I don't want to miss out. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's at $23,000 and people are more in fear because they think it's going to go lower. So they don't do anything. People follow the crowd psychology, as the elite refer to us as sheeple, because we tend to follow everyone else. Oh, they're doing that, I want to do that too. But when you can separate yourself from the crowd, that's when you have an unusual advantage, you know what I mean, to take advantage of. You just got to be patient, you got to be smart, got to follow your heart, and, sometimes just need to unplug, you know what I mean? Stop listening to everyone else's opinions and just keep stacking sats. I think Dan made a great point. As long as your Satoshis are accumulating, don't get so caught up in the short-term price action in fiat. It's 100% irrelevant. You know what I mean? You're missing the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, do you have more Satoshis today than you had last week? Do you have more Satoshis this week than you had last month? Do you have more Satoshis this month than you had last year? Don't be so caught up on the dollar amount. Yeah, your holdings may be worth less in fiat, but if you're going to be holding for the long term, it's only a matter of time before we repeat the cycle, hit a new all-time high, and those fiat values increase tremendously. You know what I mean? So we've been increasing by a factor of 2x every year since the inception of Bitcoin. If this continues, as Adam Back, the Blockstream CEO, pointed out, Bitcoin could have a very optimistic price target of $10 million within the next, 7 years, as he pointed out. Anything is possible. You know what I mean? Everyone's showing up now, family in the house. That's right, y'all late today. Or maybe I'm early, I don't know. But I know y'all are tuned in from all over the world. Also, as you can see, I have an affiliate partnership with Binance Global as well as Binance US. So if you're not already signed up on the top crypto exchange in the world, which offers the lowest fees, including free trading, go ahead and sign up using my referral link. It helps me out tremendously and it allows me to scale this show by creating more content and doing cooler things. So I greatly appreciate that. Just one caveat, if you live in the US, you have to use the Binance US link. If you live in outside the US, sign up at Binance, the regular Binance link, which is at the top below this video in the description, because it's going to offer you the best incentive. You can receive up to a $600 bonus for signing up. Unfortunately, they don't offer that same incentive to the United States because regulations in the United States kind of suck. But you can still take advantage of, I think if you trade $100, you can get $10 for free. So you might as well take advantage of that as well if you live in the United States. Not only that, if you're going to trade crypto, you might as well be on the top platform in the world, which offers free trading, especially on the top pairs such as, Bitcoin to USDT, Bitcoin to Ethereum, or vice versa and such like that. So I could highly recommend them. But at the same time, I don't encourage or preach to keep all your crypto on the exchanges. Make your trade, take advantage of it, and then put your crypto in cold storage. That's my motto. That's what I would recommend. Bitcoin is up 37% from January. Don't be so down. Facts. It feels like just yesterday we were at 16,000, but today we are already 23. So I kind of look at 20K as a line in the sand. 20, my bad. As long as we're above 20, I'm pretty optimistic overall. Under 20, that's kind of how I feel because it's a major psychological level. That's why that was the resistance high back in 2017, almost 6 years ago. You know what I mean? Can't wait till I get a 5-sat Bitcoin loan to buy a house. Word up. I actually bought my house with a Bitcoin loan. This house I'm living in right now. Yeah. I got a Bitcoin loan back from BlockFi when they were in business before they filed for bankruptcy. Yeah, and I got the loan. I was fortunate to pay it off using my Bitcoin as collateral before they went under. So I do own my home free and clear thanks to Bitcoin. So I am very grateful. I was able to make that possible. Well, anyways, fam, now for a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show, let's wrap up with the big finish. I broke down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We discussed Bitcoin price tumbling to a 10-day low as the notorious BID keeps support at 22.5. We also discussed NFTs witnessing the largest dump ever in the past 48 hours, over 1,000 NFTs. We also discussed FDIC-insured Citizens Trust Bank to hold $65 million in USDC reserves. We also discussed crypto analysts. Names must hold level for Bitcoin bulls as the crypto market drops. We also discussed crypto trader says Bitcoin set to rally in the medium term, but there is a catch. We also discussed Strategist at 1.3 billion digital asset fund predicting the next crypto bull market will be record breaking, and also shared with you a massive $535,000 Bitcoin price prediction. But ready for the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below, and I look forward